Alright, well I thought this could be a fun idea for a video as DeAndre Hopkins is now a free agent. The Cardinals, we were wondering what are they going to do? Will they trade him? No, could not find a team to take on that big contract, so instead he has been cut and could re-sign anywhere. So these are the top 10 teams I think should go after DeAndre Hopkins. Teams that, I'm taking cap space into account. Some of these teams would have to move it around a little bit to really make it work, but without further ado, let's just jump into my list. Number 10 is a team in the Packers, who seemingly are always rumored to get a free agent wide receiver, but never actually do it. So could totally see DeAndre Hopkins joining that club of guys that, of great wide receivers that maybe were going to be Packers, but didn't end up working out. I do think that there would be some logic here. You're trying to help develop Jordan Love. I do think that you could really use some weapons still. I know that yes, the Rodgers era is over, but you know what? You want to develop your young quarterback. Why not make sure that he has a guy to throw to? Doesn't get much better than DeAndre Hopkins, at least assuming he still has it. So I think they would be a team that makes some sense. Not sure if that would be where his number one option, which is part of why it's low on the list are they going to win a Super Bowl this way? I don't know, but it would help them. Number 9 is the Minnesota Vikings, who actually have about $9 million in cap space. The Packers had a little bit more. Packers were at about $16.5 million. Vikings would be a little bit tougher to make the cap work, but again, there isn't a lot of teams with a lot of cap space at this point, so you could make it work. They could find a way to make it happen. I think that, listen, if you want to stay competitive, why not go out and get a really good wide receiver? You have Jefferson, put Hopkins on the other side, and we're now talking about a potential elite 1A and 1B option, assuming that Hopkins still has it. That'd be very exciting to see. Again, will this happen is a question. I don't know, but they lost Adam Thielen, and I think that getting someone like him would make a lot of sense. I think he could fit that offense well on top of it. So if they want to, I think a lot of people felt like their 13-win season last year was maybe a bit fluky, but at the same time, 13 wins is 13 wins, and if you want to still stay competitive, going out and getting a good receiver could really help you. Number 8, the New England Patriots are on this list. Listen, they got $14 million in cap space, so they can make it work money-wise. I don't know exactly how much Hopkins will receive, but still, even if they have to move a little bit around, they're one of the teams that's better off in cap space, certainly. This is one that's been rumored a lot. The Patriots have desperately needed a number one receiver for quite some time now, so getting someone who could just consistently win on the outside could do wonders for Mac Jones. Again, part of the issue is, does this get them over the hump and get them into a Super Bowl level territory? I just don't know about that, but I don't know that it wouldn't happen either. The Patriots have had some good seasons, just not great ones since Brady has left. So it'd be a very fascinating addition. I think he's kind of the last piece the offense really needs. So getting him, I think would be a great fit for him. Number 7, why not return home to the Houston Texans? Hey, Bill O'Brien is no longer there. He knows the area. I'm sure there's things he likes about it, and help develop a young quarterback. Again, if you're a team with a young quarterback, I think you should give him a call, because it could really help to have a veteran wide receiver who can help you out in ways. They can tell you, hey, this is how you have to do things. You have to put the ball in this area if you want me to catch the ball. Those kind of little things do help young quarterbacks. And again, the number one indicator of future success for a young quarterback is situation they're drafted into. So give him a good situation by, give Bryce Young, or excuse me, not Bryce Young, give CJ Stroud a good situation by having Hopkins return home. Maybe he doesn't want to go back there, I don't know, but that's why I have it at 7. Number 6, the Carolina Panthers, who have $27 million in cap space. Second most cap space still available currently. So that automatically gets you interested. And again, very similar situation. They have Bryce Young, so why not get him and just help get Hopkins and help develop Young? Because you had to get rid of, DJ Moore in the trade. Which, listen, you want a quarterback. Getting rid of a great wide receiver for a great quarterback is a trade any team would take all day. But at the same time, in this situation, I do just think that getting a wide receiver to help develop Young could go a long way. So that's why I have them here at 6. Next up, number 5, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Why not put them on the list here? Now, their receiving core already seems pretty good. Christian Kirk was really good last year as kind of that slot guy who can be a vertical threat at times. You then have the addition of Calvin Ridley now, who they traded at the trade deadline last year, but he was suspended all of last year, will now play, if you added Hopkins, you do have 2 receivers play on the outside, right? Get another great outside receiver. Try to have an awesome receiving core. Don't just settle for good. They have $12 million in cap space. You could make this work. Again, I like Zay Jones fine as a player. They don't need this, but you know what? Don't settle for good. Try to be great. You're trying to win a Super Bowl in Trevor Lawrence's rookie contract era. You only have really 2 years left of cheap Trevor Lawrence contract. So go all out these next couple years. Get someone like Hopkins, who maybe it won't work out, but if it does, this could be a Super Bowl contending roster. So that's why I think they're here at number 5. Number 4, the Baltimore Ravens, a team that, again, could potentially, I feel like for the first time, the Ravens actually aren't in desperate need of a wide receiver. This is kind of a rare instance for them, and they already spent a pretty good amount of money on a risk in Odell, but why not just take another chance here with DeAndre Hopkins? You're trying to win a Super Bowl right now that you paid Lamar. That's what you're trying to do. The receiving core has been a real issue. Why not go out and get another one? I think they should be trying to make this thing happen, and I think that Hopkins could be really good. And again, I don't know if they have the money for it. They have $11 million in cap space. Can they make it work? I just don't know. But I think they should be at least paying attention to it and picking up the phone, calling his agent, figuring out how much the money would be, and strongly considering getting him on the roster. Okay, number 3, I guess I forgot to record a video section of it, so I'm just doing the audio only real quick for the Bears. Sorry about that. But yeah, I have the Bears here at number 3. Again, similar to some of these other teams I talked about, develop a young quarterback in Fields. I think that while their receiving core looks pretty solid as of right now, it's looking a lot better than it did last year, certainly. But they're a team with the most cap space at $32 million, so they can afford to take this chance. If it doesn't work out, I don't think it'll be a super long contract, so you're okay. I think you are rebuilding, and this is what rebuilding teams should do, is take some chances here and there. And yes, you have DJ Moore, you have Chase Claypool, you have Darnell Mooney, but you know what? I'd like to have another guy in that mix, to be honest. So adding Hopkins, I think, could turn it from a solid receiving core to a potentially really good one. So that's why they're here at 3. Number 2 is one I haven't heard get talked about at all, but I think could be electric potentially. Now, this is one, the 49ers are the team who, okay, $10 million in cap space, so they're one of the teams with, the bottom half of the league in cap space at this point. That's a bit of a tough thing. I think a lot of people would say, why do they need another receiver? They have so much talent already. Well, for one thing, could always use another receiver, but I also think that for them, listen, the three-headed monster of Kittle, Samuel, and Ayuk is so deadly that they don't need any other option. But the one thing they could kind of use is just someone who can go win on the outside. You need someone to win a fade route, like in the end zone. That's Hopkins' job. That's not really what those 3 guys do well. They do so much well, and they run the offense so well. But I think that Hopkins could add a bit of an X factor to that offense, along with, I think, still being, again, if he still is the guy we've seen him even be last year when he's been healthy, if he can still be that guy, then I see no reason why he wouldn't be a great fit to that offense just in general, on top of being able to do other stuff. Do they need another offensive weapon? No, but why not? Again, why settle for good when you can try and be great? He can add things to that offense. So I would say, yeah, go for it. But number 1 is the rare combination of, I think, a team that could use Hopkins, a team that has cap space, $23 million in cap space, and is trying to compete for a Super Bowl right now, which is the Detroit Lions, who, listen, Jameson Williams is suspended now, so it's another year where he's not going to play a full year. Maybe he'll come back and still be able to, be awesome once he comes back. But for now, there's a bit of a question mark there, and he still is someone who we've barely seen play. He has 1 catch in the NFL. It was a 40-yard touchdown, but still, he's a total wild card right now. So why not just give yourself better odds of having better receiving help? You did lose DJ Chark, who I liked. I think he's not someone who is a devastating blow, but he was good for them last year. So Amon-Ra St. Brown is amazing. This coaching stuff is amazing. Again, I like Keith Raymond, Josh Reynolds, Marvin Jones Jr. All fine. They're all fine players, but they could use another option there, I think. So getting someone like a Hopkins would, I think, be awesome, and I think that's the best fit in my opinion. So yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.